Hello all. In this video, I'll show you how to run the Spark Action Rules example program. So from the course website, just download the zip file provided for Spark Action Rules. So first I'll go and unzip this. In the provided zip file itself, there are some input files like the data, parameters, and attributes files. I used car data for this Action Rules program. You can use similar type of dataset to run on this algorithm. The parameters file consists of some 4 lines. First line is the stable attributes separated by tabs. Second line is the decision attribute, which is class, and the third line is the decision from and decision to values, that is from which class to which class you need to change in the action rules. This also is separated by tabs. And the fourth line is minimum support and confidence for the action rules. So one is the support, minimum support that I'm setting for this algorithm to for the action rules, and 10 is the minimum confidence, which is percentage. So 10%, the action rules should have at least 10% of confidence and at least support of 1 to consider it as an interesting knowledge. Similarly, the attributes file consists of all column names in the data. So the column names should be given new lines. So let's see how to run this algorithm. In the provided zip file itself, you can find the jar file. The jar file is inside the target folder. So if you go inside this, you can see a jar file here, Spark Action, and some values after that. So you can simply rename this as Spark Action. Since I'm using Windows, I'm using WinSCP and PuTTY to run this jar file. First, let me move this jar file into the DSP server. Now I am going to copy. I'll create a new folder called the car data. Inside that, I'm going to copy all those files that I showed you. So now we have all the required files to run this program. Now let me go to the cluster. So DSPA cluster, my username @PSPA-Hadoop.uncc.edu. Enter my password. Okay. So in the cluster also, I'm going to create a folder for the input files. So let's see what are all the folders I have. Okay, I don't have a car data. Now I can create one directory named car data in my root directory of the cluster. So the command goes like this: hadoop fs -make directory Now it's happy. Now let's move all our input files, that is the data, attributes and parameters file, to the cluster. For that I need to use Hadoop FS put the file path in my in the server. Data.txt. Oops, it's incomplete. Similarly, I'm going to move the other two files. So we gave one extras. Now let's check whether we have all the required input files in the car data folder. Okay, now we have all three input files in the car data folder. Now let's run the jar file which we have in the server. The command to run this jar file is spark2-submit double hyphens class org.action tools dot main class name is main. So this command is inside the jar file, so we can use this as a reference. And to run the jar file, next I have to use master yarn, and deploy mode is client. Now the location of jar file is required, so it's users, my username followed by the jar file name. Then we have to give the location of attributes file, which is in user, my username, car data folder, attributes.txt. Similarly, the parameters file, which is also in the car data folder. And followed by the data.txt. Finally, we need to give the directory name to store the output. So I will give the output directory inside the car data folder. Oops, command is wrong. So it should be org.actiontools.main. It runs for some time and then it completes its execution. Now let's check whether we have the output directory inside the car data. So we have the output directory here. Now let's check what's inside that output directory. Yes, we have the output file. Now I'm going to move the output file using get command from my cluster. to the server and save as action rows output.txt. If I refresh it, now we can see the action rows output.txt, and we have all action rows for the given data and for the given parameters. So you can download this output file and submit to the canvas. If you go to this zip file, you can see the source code of this program inside this source, main, Scala, org, action rows, handlers, and main. So if you want to have any reference to program the action rows code in this part, so you can use these code as a reference. Thank you.